Welcome, flip clock fans. Here we've got something I've never worked on before. It's a combination plaque and weather station. It was sent into flip clock fans by someone who was directed to me by flip clock fans member, Flipple Clock. Here we see this award was presented to Frederick N. Trowbridge Sr. Frederick N. Trowbridge Sr. was born in 1900 and died in 1987. He served in the U.S. Army and was a veteran of World War I. Trowbridge graduated from the University of Wisconsin Law School in 1925. The Green Bay Packers first consulted Trowbridge as legal counsel when the team was going into receivership in 1933, and continued as the team faced many periods of refinancing. He would serve as the team's official legal consultant for nearly 50 years. Trowbridge joined the Packers Executive Committee and Board of Directors in 1950 and remained for 31 years. In 1959, he became the franchise's treasurer. He remained on the Packers Board of Directors until his death in 1987. In 1984, Trowbridge was inducted into the Green Bay Packers Hall of Fame. He was known to have stated, "I would just like to be remembered for having given some support to the corporation as it was raised from practically nothing to financial stability in the world. This guy needs to be remembered and we need to get this clock fixed." Here on the back you can see all the various connections that would be required to get this thing functioning as a weather station. Opening up the back, the clock seems accessible enough. Don't let that fool you. And the clock motor just seems to be gummed up a little. Don't let that fool you either. As you can see, I eventually get the entire device disassembled. This was necessary to get access to the clock, but also I was trying to chase down two flip tiles that were missing. Couldn't find them. That's a problem because this looks like an early Copel-Caslon 101 type mechanism. They're not easy to find with the black tiles, especially in my collection. I love the Caslon 101s. The font style Caslon gives the clock their name. But there's a bigger problem. See that? You're not supposed to be able to move this gear at all, and it's not supposed to make that sound either. We have a trashed gearbox. Not good. The replacement tiles I'm going to get from a Copel-Caslon 101 like this one. Thankfully, I finally found it. It was hiding down there in the dungeon. And another stroke of luck. The motor and the gearbox matches the Copel 225 exactly. So we're having to use two different models to get this clock working again. Just a closer look at the motor. I'm thinking that when operational, the device put off a significant amount of heat. The gears all look powdery, like they're decomposing or disintegrating. And look at this. This gear looks like an umbrella. What a mess. Thankfully, I won't have to rebuild the gearbox and can just plug and play the motor from the 225. Here is the mechanism up and running. I used the glow bulb from the Copel 225 also because it was in better shape. Here we have the device back in one piece. It was a bit of a struggle because I had to disassemble the time set button from the inside. Not worth going into because I highly doubt that you or I will ever see one of these again. Hopefully. This is a fuse for the internals related to the weather station components. I have no idea if they're working. I don't have the externals, and I doubt that this was operational because someone clipped the ground plug. A label on the device said this was needed for operation. The way this is wired, removing the fuse will not affect the functioning of the clock, and this simple step will render the device safe. Well, there it is, a plaque weather station dedicated to Frederick N. Trowbridge Sr., Green Bay Packers Hall of Fame member. Hope you found this interesting. Thanks for taking the time.